on YouTube? Running Frog 87 here, guys. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about the rarity bumps of the Zoodiac cards and whether or not this is like, a justifiable move on Konami's part, or at least something I'm cool with. Because a lot of the times Yu-Gi-Oh players absolutely, and I've been one of them, when we hate it a lot of the times when Konami rarity bumps certain cards. You guys know what I'm talking about. We've seen in the past, cards like Pot of Duality that were like super rares or even rares in the OCG, much like Dark Arm Dragon. But every time they get imported to the TCG, they're like bumped up to secret rare, which dramatically increases their prices. Kind of the same thing is happening with the Zoodiac cards. The rarities were revealed last week. I believe Rapier was the one that got spared because that's, even though it's the most important card in the deck, it's only a super rare. But like a lot of the extra deck monsters are either ultra rare or higher. Like the Tiger one is like an ultra. Drancia, I forgot what the TCG name is, but that one's a secret rare. And the Broad Bull, that's also a secret rare as well. Not to mention their spell card as well is also a secret. Now a lot of players, this doesn't really sit well with them because it's Konami being Konami, greedy Konami, blah 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 blah. However, I'm okay with this. And this is coming as a person who has complained in the past about rarity bumps. But the reason why I'm okay with it is because Zoodiacs are a very degenerate deck. They're one of the most unbalanced, unfair decks this game has ever seen. And that's saying a lot. So if you want to play this deck, then you should have to pay up. You should have to pony up the dough in order to play this degeneracy. And I know that sucks for budget players, but usually budget players, we usually stick to decks like rogue decks. Decks that don't necessarily need very expensive cards. Even though sometimes we do need expensive cards, it's usually just one or two, and usually between 15 and 20 bucks, and the rest of the deck is pretty cheap. Yu-Gi-Oh is a hobby, guys, and hobbies do tend to be expensive. Yu-Gi-Oh should be no different. I know a lot of people want to play this deck, but like I said, you want to play this deck? Well then, be ready to pay for it. I think that's the way it should be in Yu-Gi-Oh, where like all the top tier stuff should be pretty pricey, but all the budget stuff should be, kind of low rarity. Which kind of sucks that they did make that new Foolish card, burial card for like the spell cards. Foolish Burial with Belongings, I believe. It is a secret rare, and that kind of sucks because a lot of budget and rogue players like that card. But then at the same time, it should be settled around 15 or 20 bucks, which ain't too bad. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Maybe you guys might disagree. Let me know down in the comment section below. However, what I do take issue is sort of an addendum to this video, this topic, is that I hope, even though they are secret rares, I hope they're not like super impossible to pull. Kind of like that situation with the Necros of Bryonic a couple of years ago. That was a move that I was really not too happy about. Even though I was never planning on playing the deck, and even though, like I just said, like the top level decks, you should have to pay up for them. Not in that way. I hope they don't super short print those secret rares, much the same way they did Necros of Bryonic like a couple of years ago. If you guys recall, Necros of Bryonic you couldn't pull it out of every box. You couldn't even pull it out of every 2 boxes or 3 boxes. It was like, what, 1 out of every 6 boxes you pulled just one Bryonic. That was crazy. That was insane. That I wasn't cool with. Yes, I know Necros was like the top deck at the time. And I know I just said that you should have to pony up to play like the top decks. But that was just way too far. Alright guys, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about this whole situation. And as always, I'm Running Frog 87, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.